What is up, boys? Episode 28 of Farms Out. We're recording just on time, like we always do. We always record on time, and we're never late in any capacity ever. You could ask my editor, and he would tell you how on time we always are. I would never send it to him way later than he specified I should. Anyway, we have more questions for today. We're back to doing questions. Also, moisturize my face. I was in China, and we were doing the video shoot, and I realized I had to moisturize because the makeup artist came up right to my face and started putting makeup on it. Or before she started putting makeup on it, she touched my face and then laughed really hard, like something was hilarious. And then she put down all of her makeup quite enthusiastically and rummaged through her bag to find a very small can of moisturizer and applied an absolute ridiculous amount of moisturizer to my face. Anyway, came back to America, bought moisturizer. Now moisturizing my face. I realize it's important to have a skincare routine. Humbling experience, I will say. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to some of these questions. First question here is going to come straight from Kim's. Okay. And he says, "Hello, sir. I was watching your video from Malaysia and I love your video. I just want to ask, I'm currently day 30 in VIP 8. I have 120,000 gems. Should I spend all the gems to push VIP 10 or do I need to save?" I would say generally when it comes to pushing VIP, you want to push VIP during the More Than Gems event and not at all outside. So if you have 120,000 gems, that sounds like 2 More Than Gems events and you'll be VIP 10. I would not overthink it. Save your gems for better things, whether that be Wheel, Holy Knight's Treasure, anything else. Just don't raw dog gems into VIP. And I mean, that's probably one of my most common questions. I get that all the time. Putting raw gems into VIP, I'm sure there's a time and a place. The real thing is, like, if you have to ask about it, if your gems are not scarce enough, or your gems are scarce enough so where you have to worry about where they're going, you probably shouldn't do it, right? Now, if you have like 500,000 gems and you do every single gem event and you know, you have no use for them whatsoever outside of just gemming troops, then you can start to think about it. But, you know, the vast majority of people asking aren't there. Next question is going to come from Itachi Uchiwa 1200. Would like to know your opinion on forts versus barbs in off-season and low CKDs. We have a crystal chest every 2 to 3 days. What do you think about spending AP chaining barbs, more speed ups? I think if it's between chaining barbs and forts, you should always chain barbs. However, chaining barbs in Home Kingdom is actually horrible and makes me want to throw myself off a building. If it makes you want to throw yourself off a building, you probably shouldn't do it. Chaining barbs in Home Kingdom is a really, really easy way to get to burnout. A much better use of your time, rather than chaining barbs in Home Kingdom, is making and maintaining farms like I'm doing currently. I'd be really, 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 really careful about doing things like chaining barbs in Home Kingdom, unless it's like pre-KVK1. Pre-KVK1, chaining barbs is a lot more important. But if it's post-KVK1, chaining barbs in Home Kingdom is absolutely obscenely arduous and does not give you that much returns compared to chaining barbs in Lost Kingdom. So just be very aware of how much time you're spending versus how much rewards you're actually getting. And, you know, don't burn yourself out, obviously. The next question as a comment, and it comes from Arcana722. And he says, "Bro, you look like you're 20 years younger, man. Nice. I am 25. 20 years ago, I was 5. Okay, a lot of you guys have been talking about, oh, I'm unk status, I'm this or that, I'm 30, I'm old, I'm this. Guys, I'm in my mid-20s, okay? I'm a young man, young, full of piss and vinegar, okay? Do not associate me with looking 20 years younger yet, okay? When I'm in my 30s, by the way, still not old, still young, okay? Then we can start talking about how I looked 20 years ago. For now, I'm 25, okay? If you guys did not know, I'm a young man. Thank you for your comment. The next comment comes from Humland, and he says, or Hum Farm, friend of the stream over here. He says, interesting upload time. If you guys didn't know, I've said it a million times, a million bajillion times. I did come from China. Okay, guys, my sleep schedule is a little messed up, I will admit, and I'm trying to regulate it. I'm sure Raced is popping champagne as I send him videos at all hours of the night, hoping that he releases them at some decent time. I think editing them as he wakes up, trying to you know, keep up with it. So yeah, my bad, boys. I know I streamed yesterday at like 2 a.m. for my EU viewers. Now I find this moment, guys, but you know, it's a stream versus no stream. It kind of is what it is. But thank you so much again for you guys watching. I really appreciate y'all a ton. Next one is actually a question and not a troll. ZKX2417 coming at us with a question. By the way, about the comment I did on your last video before China. I asked if I should skip expertising LC for a range march that guarantees positive trades. All my gold heads would be going to my LC, and with the anniversary is able to take Margaret to 5511 and Cordoba to 511. After the LC expertise, I will make Cordoba 5511 and wait for new caps. I would say if you can get decent trades with two 5511s and like purple gear, it's probably not the worst thing on the planet. I personally am not a huge fan of putting like any types of sculptures into ranged marches before you have at least like 3 regular marches. I just don't think it has good synergy, but in terms of like padding stats, I mean, it is good, right? And nobody really is going to know the difference between like a regular commander's kills and a ranged commander's kills. I guess unless they decide to ask to see your ranged commanders, but I mean, as far as I know, like ranged commanders, unlike Attila Takeda or Pakal Herald, do not disqualify you from high level kingdoms, or at least none that I've heard yet. So you probably could get away with it and be fine. Personally, I wouldn't, but it doesn't mean that it's like a bad move. I wouldn't for my own reasons. I think that it's completely viable if you can get, again, good enough trades for that. If you're going like 3-1 plus with T4, I mean, there's kind of nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's a bad move. Next question and final question is going to come from BXNLZ7927. And he says, hey 12, would you say Sun Tzu is the best commander to have as a primary with YSG in the open field? I'm in 3102, and I played Sun YSG and was very pleased with the results. However, I don't know anything has changed in the early game meta. Thanks again, and glad to see you're doing well. Hello from 3601, shout out to my boys in 3601. P.S. What's the best march in your opinion for an infantry F2P in KVK1? I would say in KVK1, Sun Tzu is not the best common to have as a primary. The best common to have as a primary is probably between Thutmose and Martel, probably Thutmose. But again, Thutmose, Martel, and Minamoto all work as a primary to YSG, and I believe they're all better than Sun Tzu. Now, Sun Tzu YSG is very strong. That's probably your best F2P march. I'd be more careful with running the other marches, even though they are stronger. They're huge investments that you really don't have to. If you are a free-to-play in KVK1, some of your strongest marches for cavalry would probably look something like Baybar's Sun Tzu. For infantry, it would look something like, probably like Richard's Sun Tzu. This is assuming you don't have YSG. And for archers, I don't know, rope max, you shouldn't have archers. Yeah, anyway, I hope that answered your question. Again, guys, thank you so much for coming to another episode of Farms Out. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope this video helped you guys a lot. If you guys want to help support the stream, please consider liking, following, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. If you guys want to help support the stream, please donate to the Streamlabs link in the description below. And also, guys, we are back to doing streams. We are back to doing coaching. If you guys want coaching, go to the Discord in the description below and make a ticket. I'm going to be live, I think, after reset today. So if you guys are looking for that, make sure to stop by. Catch you guys later. Have yourselves a great one, and I will see y'all next time in episode 29, I think. Bye.